Hi, I'm Andy from Sunergy Solar. Back in 2016, we got involved with the Friends of Madagascar Trust New Zealand, helping them to deliver their vision of a reliable power source for the Good News Hospital, which is a missionary-led hospital based in the northern part of Madagascar. It's been a real privilege to be involved in something that's bigger than ourselves, where we can put our skills and expertise to use helping people in real need. We're heading back in June 2026 and we need your help. So let's have a look at where we've been and where we're going.
In the early 1990s, the Baptist churches of the UK, Europe and Madagascar formed the Friends of Madagascar Trust and selected the market town of Mandritsara as their mission focus. They began developing a hospital to provide full medical services for the regional population. The vision was also to provide education and communications. And in 1997, a team from Opawa Baptist travelled to Mandritsara. Further teams made up from folk from Rangiora, Brimwa, Hallswell and Lincoln went and continued the work. Realising that this was something worth committing to, the Friends of Madagascar New Zealand was established. Since then, teams have travelled helping build classrooms, improving hospital buildings, installing communications and setting up radio station and telephone systems, and initial solar in 2016. The current hospital complex now rates as one of the best equipped hospitals in all of Madagascar, with full training facilities for local Madagascar doctors, midwives, nurses, as well as lab techs, chemists, eye specialists and support staff. At the end of the day, it's not really the projects, it's the people. You always know that you received more than you gave.
Going to Madagascar is an absolutely life-changing experience. When we went over in 2019 to the hospital, it's called Hopitali Vauvau Mahafali, which actually means the Good News Hospital. This hospital serves over 300,000 people from the local communities to villages out wide. But whenever I think about it, I don't think about that number. I don't think about, what I think about is a story. While we were there working at the hospital, one of the doctors pointed out that a boy had come in from a village because he broke his leg. It was quite visceral, his blood and bones sticking out. But he'd come by a cow had pulled him on the back of a cart with his family. To take care of the wound, they wrapped it in banana leaves because it stays off infection. This kid travelled for 8 days to get this taken care of, to a hospital that at the time didn't have the most reliable energy. So that's why we were there, to provide a solar system with batteries to hopefully stave off some of the problems that they have with their grid. Right at the end of it, we had an equipment failure that didn't allow us to run the batteries. We still provided them with the solar system, which made a big difference to cost. Unfortunately, because of COVID, the world shut down a little bit and we weren't able to get back in 2020. We went back in 2024 and we walked back into a much different situation. A new surgical ward, a new laboratory, and Friends of Madagascar Trust Island had been in and done an electrical upgrade. Since then, 2025, we went back and provided an off-grid solar system for the radio tower, giving them some energy resilience in that regard. But resilience is the key word there. The people of Mandritsara, the surrounding areas, their determination, their resilience, their fortitudes, they're an amazing, amazing people. What we did in 2019 was stage 1. We're heading back now to stage 2 and we're very excited about it. Getting to be involved with something like this mission over the Madagascar is something I'll never forget. It will always be probably the best trip of my life.
The hospital's changed since my first trip in 2019, and it's exciting to be back again for the next stage of the project. Timing couldn't be more important, with Madagascar struggling with critical infrastructure and recent cyclones causing major damage. In Mandritsara, where the hospital is located, The power is on for around an hour a day, and the town has been without fuel for several weeks. The hospital is having to ration the diesel that they have and only run their backup generators for an extra few hours a day. Imagine running a hospital on 3 or 4 hours of power each day. This project is critical, not just for the cost savings for the hospital, but also the resilience to allow them to keep operating. This year, we're aiming to install over 270 solar panels and enough batteries to run the hospital for 4 hours without sunshine. At the end of our trip, we hope that between the solar and the batteries, we'll be able to run the hospital for 10 hours. Over the next couple of years, we plan to install over 1,000 solar panels and enough batteries to run the hospital for 2 days without sunshine. This will save the hospital close to 200,000 New Zealand dollars a year, which is money that can go straight back into providing desperately needed healthcare for the community it serves. Firstly, we need people. We need 3 or 4 team members to join us for this trip in June. Whether you're a roofer, an electrician, a solar installer, or you feel that you have skills that will be able to help us deliver this goal, we need you. Prior to my first trip in 2019, I was happy to help with design and supply of equipment, but having been encouraged to attend that trip, I'm 100% committed. The sense of purpose, the feeling of knowing that my skills and experience are helping people that desperately need it is something you can't really explain. Secondly, we need financial support. It costs between $7,000 and $8,000 per person. The Trust is committed to supporting the balance, in addition to the thousands of dollars of equipment that have already been sent for this trip and will need to be sent for subsequent trips. If this is something that speaks to you and you want to be involved, please reach out to us. Your help is desperately needed to make this happen. Thank you so much. We're incredibly excited to be helping the Friends of Madagascar Trust deliver their vision, and we know that with your help we can make it happen.